Hello, hello, and welcome back once again to Hitman 2 and the three-headed serpent mission set in Santa Fortuna. And today we are going to take care of the remaining I'm with the band challenge pack challenges, starting with Strung Out, which is to strum a violin at the Delgado Mansion. Feel Good Hit of the Summer, which is to knock out all three targets, all three band members with a cocaine brick. And finally, Impromptu Jam Session, which is for getting all of the band members alive back to the band's house. So I've made a contract for this one. It's the same contract we've been using for all of the I'm with the band challenges. For this one, again, we don't really need to bring anything else with us, so I've kept the exact same loadout. I don't think we need anything at all, really. Although I should point out that right from the start, off the bat, this is a very long video for a certain reason. Firstly, that I am going to do all three of these challenges as a silent assassin, or that was the plan, until we get to the knocking out the three targets with the cocaine bricks, and then something goes horribly wrong. But we'll get to that. So, make our way from the start directly to the band member's house, and we're going to use the fuse box on the wall to distract the guy inside, and he's going to go out and turn the fuse box back on, and we're going to wait for him to return. We aren't going to duck inside and get the band member's outfit. We're basically going to strategically take out 8 people in the village, and this is the first of them. So we're going to wait for him to return, follow him inside, shut the door behind us, and render him unconscious. We're going to grab the key he drops, grab the knife out of the dartboard, and then we're going to hide his body in the crate provided. And then from there we're going to go back outside, and we're going to turn off the music again because that's going to get annoying. So with the music turned off, we're now going to use the knife we collected, and we're going to throw it on the floor just behind the building here, and that's going to attract the young lady who's asleep on the veranda out the side here. That's her just up ahead of us. She's going to go round to investigate, and we can just walk up behind her, knock her out, and hide her body in the crate provided. She will also drop a key. We're going to grab that as well, and we're going to pick up our knife, hide her body. So that's 2 of our strategic victims out of the way. And then the next 6 are all military guards, and the first 2 of which are just at the construction site right here, and those 2 walking past are the actual next 2 we're going to take care of afterwards. But for now we're going to take care of these 2, so we're going to make our way into the hut. Have to lockpick the door. We're going to pick up the cleaver and the meaty bone. We're going to select our meaty bone and turn off the radio, and then we're just going to exit out the door we came in, plug ourselves up against the wall here, and that's going to distract one of the 2 guards out on the veranda area, and we're just going to target him with our meaty bone. We're going to wait for the door to close before throwing it, and that will knock him out nice and quickly. We're going to collect everything he drops, including our meaty bone, his gun, and the cleaver. I don't think we threw the cleaver, did we? So now we're just going to take his body. Be aware of the 2 patrolling guards. They have quite a long loop, but they do pass this building twice, so make sure they're not in the way. And also we need to keep a very careful eye on Andrea Martinez and her 2 guards as well, so we need to check where they are regularly. So with the first guard dumped in the bin outside, we're going to use the cleaver, throw that against the wall once we've opened the door to the veranda area, and then we're just going to rinse and repeat basically the same thing again, except this time we don't have to wait for the other door to close. So the cleaver against the wall gets his attention, and the radio not being on draws him into the room, and we can knock him out with our bone. We're going to drag him away from the door so that the door will close. So that's 2 down, 4 to go. So again, we're just going to collect up everything we can, especially this gun. We're going to use this gun now. So we're going to select the gun, not that one. There we go, hide that away, and we're going to use that. Keep an eye again for Andrea Martinez and the 2 patrolling guards who are actually approaching. So we're going to run halfway down the pathway to the bar, and we're going to drop our handgun on the floor. And when the 2 patrolling guards come back, one of them will see that and go to take it away. But as you can see, Martinez is in the area, so we do want her to leave. As you can see, one of the guards has just spotted the gun. So he's going to go to take that away, and we're going to get behind him now that Martinez has moved on. We don't want to do this too quickly. We want to let the other guard get a nice distance away first. And then we're going to pounce on the first guard, knock him out. We're going to collect our handgun. And if they haven't gone too far, we'll leave his assault rifle on the floor there, and that will work as bait for our next catch, which will be the other guard who patrols. So once we've got this guy into the room here and safely tucked away, we've got a bit of a weight on our hands now. So basically that guard's he patrols the entire village pretty much, right down to the bar. So we've got to wait for him to come back. He will then see the gun, go to take the gun away. Yeah, snappy dresser. And now he's seen the gun, we can get behind him. We don't have to worry too much about sneaking so much now. And knock him out. We're going to collect one of the guns, because there will now be 2 assault rifles. And we're going to drag his body again, being very aware of where Martinez is. As long as she's not here, we're safe to maneuver or move. And you saw those 2 guards just by the stage there. There are the next 2 targets. So once we've got this guy stashed up, we can go and reset our trap. So the assault rifle is still in place. All we've got to do now is select our knife or our hatchet and throw that up against the wall. And I didn't quite throw it far enough. I think we may have to move the assault rifle. I think it's a little bit too far down. So we're just going to bring the assault rifle a little bit closer. Not too much, we don't want it too close or too high up this hill. Basically we're using the incline of the hill as a little bit of cover as well. So we're going to try again, just throw the knife up against the rocks there to the left of the stairs. That finally has done the trick once again. So we're just again keeping an eye out for Martinez, and this time he's seen the gun, so he's going to go and retrieve that, and we're going to repeat what we did with the last 2 guys. And we're going to knock him out, grab his gun, leave the other gun, grab his body, check the coast is clear, and hide his body in this shed. Although it's supposed to be a house under construction, it looks like a shed. And we're going to drop his gun here as well. So that's 7 down, 1 more to go. Now I know at this point through practicing that Andrea Martinez, even though you can't see her now, she is actually on her way over to this area. There she is now, just coming into view. So we're going to have to wait for her to come over, speak to this guard and leave before we can lure this final guard over to where we want him to be. So we're going to retrieve our knife in the meantime, and we're just going to cut out until Martinez leaves, just to save a few seconds. And once they've all moved off, 2 bodyguards as well, we can throw our knife at the rocks. That will get the attention of the final guard. He will come over like all of his compadres, spot the gun, go to take the gun, and not quite make it. So once again, sneak up behind him, render him unconscious. This time we're going to collect up everything. So we want all of the guns, his body, and we're going to hide his body with all of his friends in the shed here. I'm going to keep calling it a shed. So once we've got him safely tucked up, that's all 8 of the strategic people across the map taken care of. So now we can go and get ourselves the 3 cocaine bricks we need. So I'm just going to retrieve that knife, hide that away, and we're going to make our way all the way back through the village and across the iron bridge into the jungle, where we will then make our way into the coca fields. So essentially all of the hard work is now done. So once we get into the coca fields and get our cocaine bricks, everything we need for the impromptu band session challenge and the knocking everyone out with the cocaine bricks challenge is set up. But we still do need to set up the violin challenge as well. So while we're here, we're going to take out a few more strategic people. So once we get to the coca fields, we're going to crouch down, walk our way past these 2 guards until we get to a big tree just on our right here. And we're going to turn right and bolt. Just aim to go right by the trees, all the way down to the end where the river is, veer off to our left. And if the 2 patrolling guards aren't here, we can make our way straight across. And if the 2 guards are here, and I unfortunately managed to slightly spook one of them, we're just going to wait for them to leave first. Let them get a nice little distance away before scooting across here and around the back of the drugs lab. And it's here we're going to change disguise for the first time. So around the back of the drugs lab we find the fuse box. We're going to trigger the fuse box and then turn it back off again. That gets the attention of the drug lab worker who's currently on his break. He's going to come round to investigate, and when he does, we can render him unconscious and take his outfit. So here he comes now. We're just going to sneak up behind him, knock him out. We're going to take his outfit just because it gets us through this area a little bit quicker. And with his outfit, we're now going to make our way around to the drugs machine, but we're going to take a nice wide path. We don't want to get too close to anyone and spook anyone. Keep an eye out for the 2 patrolling guards around this area. They're not here currently, so we're free to just run straight to the drugs machine. And now we're going to change outfit. We're going to dive straight in through the window. There is an enforcer in here. So just on the table on the right we find a cocaine brick, and just on the desk at the back of the room here we find 3 more cocaine bricks. We're going to collect them all, just casually walk through here, and you shouldn't get the attention of the enforcer. So that's everything we need now taken care of. We're now going to make our way into the Delgado mansion via the tunnel between the coca fields and the mansion itself. We're going to lockpick our way through the gate and acquire ourselves another change of disguise. So we're going to take out the pistol we've collected earlier, and we're going to place that on the floor just about here somewhere, just past this crate. And then we're going to turn on the radio, and that will distract the patrolling guard who's over by the water there. If he's not there, just turn the radio on anyway, get in the box. He will get distracted when he comes back. So he's going to get distracted by the radio, but on his way to turn it off, he's going to spot the gun. He's going to walk past our crate, and we can then exit behind him and render him unconscious. And for our troubles, we will get ourselves a mansion guard outfit and an Uzi. So we're going to pick up everything he drops, hide his body in the crate, take his outfit, and we're going to make our way around to the jacuzzi, which is around the side of the mansion. And we have to be aware of a enforcer patrolling guard that you can just see up on the right there. So he gets in our way a little bit and we mistime things, so we are kept waiting around for a little while here. But the idea is we need to get rid of him, and we need to get rid of Cataluna Delgado as well, and we need to get rid of the maid who you could just see out the window. The guard's about to go and speak to her. So as soon as the guard turns around to leave, we can get back out through this window using our meaty bone. We're going to knock out the maid really quickly and hide her body in a crate. We have to do this as quickly as we can because that guard isn't gone for long. So get behind the maid, use a meaty bone, knock her out and grab her body, and we're going to take her and hide her right up by the jacuzzi here. And we're now going to use instinct. Where's the guard? The guard is just on his way back over here, so we're going to vault over this bit of wall here as he goes past. Unfortunately for us, Catalina has also arrived, so we're going to have to wait for her to leave. She's now gone. There we go. And we're just going to wait for the guard to make his way back to the jacuzzi. And when he does, we can then get behind him and render him unconscious. So once he's past us, we can then move out of our hiding spot, get behind him, knock him out. We're going to grab the gun he drops and we're going to hide him in through the window that we were hiding in earlier. There is a closet in here, so we're going to throw him through the window, jump through after him, drop the assault rifle, we don't need that, grab his body and hide him in the cupboard provided. I'd like to point out this is a very long-winded way of going about doing this. There is a much faster way if you don't mind not getting a silent assassin, which again we will get to a bit later on. So now we need to wait for Catalina to return, and she's currently upstairs, so she's going to be quite a while. So that gives us time to take out this guard right here, because he's going to be in our way later on. So we're just going to get in the bushes behind him, and if we hug the wall we get the opportunity to subdue him over the wall, drag him into the bushes along with his weapon. So that's him out of our way. And the next thing we're going to do, after I check on Catalina's progress, see where she is. Can't actually see her anywhere at the moment. She's around somewhere. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to take out the camera up on that little security hut wall there. So that's everything out of the way. We've got a couple more cameras to take care of, along with Catalina. And then everything is done, dusted, and we are set up and just about ready to go. So there is Catalina, although she is now making her way down to the pool area, I believe that is, where everybody's having a relaxing drink and a little dance. So we've got to wait for her to come back to this area. So here she comes now. She's going to walk past us and compliment us.
Guess it comes with the territory.
And we're just going to knock her out with our meaty bone. We're going to dump her in the cupboard with the bodyguard so that if she gets spotted, eventually long after we're gone, Rico Delgado will think she's been having an affair with this guy and they will both be summarily executed. So that's everything taken care of. So we're going to exit the mansion now and make our way back to the main village. Just be aware that there are two patrolling guards here, one of which is an enforcer, both of which will be enforcers when we return shortly. So what we're going to do now is make our way back to the village and we're going to get the drummer outfit, the 4th band member, and we're going to then return to the mansion to take care of our first challenge. So once we're over the wall of the scaffolding, we are going to pull out our silenced pistol and eliminate the last 2 cameras we need to worry about. There we go. So we are now free and clear to just go and collect up the 4th band member's outfit, which is the dead band member, back in the musician's house, or the band's house. So right back where we started essentially, but now we have a key and no one to distract. We can just walk our way straight inside. We're going to collect the band member's outfit from the body on the bed here. So that's that taken care of. So we're now going to make our way back to the mansion and we're going to go and strum the violin that's in the mansion museum. So we're going to run all the way back to the mansion, back over the wall, the same way, basically tracing the exact same path that we've just cleared. So once we get to the mansion, round to the right, back over the wall, and down the scaffolding the other side. And like I said, the only thing we've got to worry about once we're over here will be the 2 patrolling guards, who are currently not around. So we're free and clear to just run straight across and back down to where the jacuzzi is, or the hot tub, and back in through the window where we've been stashing our bodies. We're going to use instinct to see where the guard is. If he's positioned where he is for you, we can go straight in, or where he is for me, should I say. We're going to strum the violin, and then we're going to make our way around the car to the left, because the guard will come and investigate. And while we're doing that, the challenge will pop for us. So with that taken care of, we can now make our way back to the village. Like I said, this is a long-winded one. So once again, no one to worry about except those 2 patrolling guards. If they're not around, we're free to just make our way back out of the mansion, back down into the village. And once we get down this slope here, we're going to veer off, and we're now going to wake up the other 3 band members. So first band member is just around the back of where we start here at the bus stop. So that tap turned in on, we turn on that tap there, that will wake him up. So the next one's around by the market stall here, and he's asleep on the bench right next to a soda can that we can then utilise. So we're going to grab the soda can, throw it at the wall near his head, and that will wake up the 2nd band member. And the 3rd band member is back down at the construction site, or the shed as I call it, and he's asleep next to a generator. So we're going to turn on that generator and wake him up. And it's at this point we're going to make our way over to the stage, along with all 3 of our teammates here, our bandmates. And we're going to have to sit through the unveiling, or the statue unveiling, and we have to sit through the entire ceremony, including the encore. So we're just going to wait for the rest of the band members to turn up. Here they go. We're going to play the drums, trigger the cutscene. And I'm going to cut a large section of this dialogue heavy section out of this, while we just sit here and play the drums when we're prompted, right up until the encore at the very end. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to knock out our 3 targets with our 3 cocaine bricks. And this is where we start running into problems. So we're going to cut out all of the chit chat. So there's our drum roll call. Delgado's going to unveil the statue. He's then going to waffle on for a little while, and then he's going to call for the encore, and we are going to play the encore, and then we will be free to leave. So he's chatting away there now. He's calling for the encore around about now, so we're going to start playing the drums. And when the music finishes, we've got to let it play all the way out, but when the music finishes, we are going to make our way to the far end of the stage, basically where the construction site is. We're all here. What's the matter, Andrea? Go away. That's it, enjoy the party. Have fun. You're too wound up. So the music's finished, so what we're going to do is make our way to the far end of the stage here. And the rest of the band members are going to start making their way to the bar. Now they are a little bit spaced out, so what we're going to do here is basically just bump into a couple of them and nudge them, get them all nicely bunched up. Like I said, this is all for nothing in the long run, this challenge, because it doesn't work. Not for me, it seemed a bit glitchy. So we've got them all nicely together. All we've got to do is knock them all out with a cocaine brick. So there's 1, and that's counted. There's 2, and there's 3. But it's only counting 2. So for some reason, it's gone horribly wrong. So basically that challenge will not pop for us. But we're going to crack on anyway, and at the end of the video I will show you what I thought was wrong and what eventually I managed to do to correct it. So what we're going to do now is drag all 3 of our unconscious band members back to the band's house, one by one. This is why we spent so long clearing our path at the start of the video here, because there is no one around to spot these bodies just left lying around. Although one of them does appear to be quite out in the open. I don't like where he's left, so we're going to move him. And once we get all of the band members into the band's house, the final challenge, the impromptu band session or impromptu party, I can't remember what the challenges are called for this, will trip for us, or will trigger for us. So this is band member number 2 into the house. Remember, we've still got to kill these guys yet. So we go back for our 3rd and final band member, and that will get us our final challenge. So we do actually have 2 of our intended challenges about to be completed, and we'll have to go back and rethink for the 3rd one. So here we are now back at the band's house, drag him in through the door. Once we're in the house, the challenge will pop for us. So with that taken care of, all we've got to do now is kill the 3 targets. I'm going to snap all their necks, even though the challenge does stipulate for the contract that I made that they should die in an explosion. We ain't going to worry about that, and we're going to make good our escape. And I will take the bus stop exit, and we will get confirmation of 2 of our 3 challenges. But before we do, I'm going to show you what I thought was wrong, because one of these band members spotted me. So I thought maybe you have to get them all unconscious without being spotted. So I went back and done the mission again, and this time I knocked out all 3 band members without being spotted, although one of their bodies does get found, and this ends up in a complete bloodbath. So there you go. And again, it only registered 2 out of the 3 that we need for the challenge. So there is the impromptu jam session challenge and the violin challenge. So here finally we pick up just as I've collected the band members' outfit. We haven't bothered to knock out anyone. We went straight for the cocaine bricks, straight for the band members' outfit, and we're now going to go and achieve the challenge. So what I thought of was, we're just going to knock these guys all out where they are, but we need to wake them up first. We can't knock them out while they're asleep. So we're going to turn on the generator for this band member, and once he's awake we're just going to launch a brick at his head, and that's counted. So we're going to run away because we are going to get spotted doing this. We're now going to run over to the next band member, and that will be the guy asleep on the far end of town over by the bus stop, just so that we've got a bit of a chance for any panic over this end of the map to calm down, because we will have to come back over this way a little bit for the 3rd band member. So once we get round to the back of the bus stop area, we find our sleeping band member. We're going to turn on the tap to wake him up, and I wasn't sure which way he goes, so I'm just going to wait here, select our cocaine brick, and if he walks off ahead of us, then we're free to just throw the brick at his head. If he comes this way, we'll wait until he passes us. So it looks like he's going one way, then he turns and goes the other, but we're just going to throw the brick at his head. And there's 2, that's counted, so that's 2 down, 1 to go. And this guy's going to be the public one, or the one I thought was going to be the public one. So we're going to wake him up just like we would normally by picking up the can on the bench next to him. We're going to throw that at the wall next to his head. Again, I don't know which way he goes. I'm not quite sure. I think he's going to go directly towards the stage, so I am aiming to stand over this side of him. I should already be targeting him really, but he seems to have spotted me.
Also, she's 75. Not judging, just saying.
I'm just going to wander off a little bit. Once he turns his back, we're going to target him, throw our cocaine brick at his head, and that's counted, finally. So we have our challenge at last. Thanks for ruining a perfectly good, very long video. So there you go, that is the last of the challenges, the Feel Good Hit with the Band challenge. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.